Ladies and gentlemen, the long-awaited XDefiant has finally launched. It is finally available for people to play publicly, and yes, it is free. There is a battle pass you can pay for. There are existing cosmetics that currently do preside in the Ubisoft store in-game that you can also purchase as well, with some relatively cheap ones and some relatively expensive bundles here and there. But the game is finally available for people to play at their own convenience. And with today's video, my goal is to give you 10 tips to improve your XDefiant experience. This is not clickbait, this is actual stuff that'll help you in the long run. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now I'm going to start off by mentioning I'm still learning all the character names, the abilities, etc. So I'm going to try and describe certain things to the best of my own ability. Number one on this list, if you are playing the stealth character, their second set of abilities, the intel suit, actually not only pings enemies for yourself, but your entire team. So if you're around a character or a player or a teammate that has that ability and they use it, you should be able to see enemies as well, in addition to the person who used the ability. That's just kind of how insanely powerful that ability is. Again, if you use it or a teammate uses it, you and your surrounding teammates will be able to see the pings of enemy players through walls. I tested this the other day with me and 5 of my other friends as we played with this character, and we were all using the same ability, literally giving us just basically free wall hacks for the entirety of the game. We knew literally wherever any enemy player was coming. It was a little unfair. The second tip is going to be for my fellow controller players out there. I play on a Scuff Envision with all of my button mappings hardware encoded into the controller because I really can't get the IQ software to work. That being said though, this tip is going to help improve your latency. Now there are 2 settings that I personally have messed with a little bit in the game to help with my controller's latency. Number 1, I disabled triple buffering. This I think was the biggest problem when it came to my input delay, my latency, and so forth. This particular setting, turning it off, drastically improved my latency, and it's not even funny. Like, turn this setting off if you're on a controller. Also, set your NVIDIA reflex to just on. I had it at on plus boost at first, but I'm also rocking a 4070 on an AMD Ryzen 5800X 3D. I don't really need to run this particular setting anymore. I set it to on and I noticed a drastic difference in my input delay as well. Number 3, this will probably help literally everybody. So you guys know how there's that annoying character with a shield that they can shoot through, but you can't shoot through it, or how there's the ability to go invisible using the intel suit and so forth. Well, I'm here to let you know that EMP grenades do exist in the game. Now you might be thinking this is a relatively simple thing, so why am I listing it as a tip? Because not a lot of people actually use the EMP grenade so far from the couple of play sessions that I've had. The EMPs not only disable active abilities, they also prevent you from using abilities you've got sitting in your back pocket. So if you want to disable an entire team from being able to use their abilities, use the EMP grenade. Number 4, there is a delay with sliding and jumping. If you spam both of them way too much, they begin to slow down over time. You have to time your jumps, your slide cancels, your slide jumps, your bunny hops, and so forth. The more you do those, the more that cooldown builds, which will prevent you from doing them back to back to back. It'll basically make your movement feel really clunky. Now, I do know a lot of people have been saying the movement in this game feels clunky, and I'm not necessarily here to deny that per se, but I do know if you sit there and spam crouch, spam slide, spam jump, spam bunny hopping, there is an existing cooldown. I don't know how long the cooldown exactly is because there's no like on-screen timer for it or anything, but it has been in existence since the most recent beta and the beta before that. The devs have talked about it on social media over the years. So calm down on the bunny hopping, because sometimes it does not help you. I've killed many players that attempted to use their spam jumps to kill me, and it never worked out. Number 5, on escort or zone control, you can actually throw grenades into the enemy team's spawn if you're on defense, and you can throw them over the defensive wall if you're on offense. It's a little minor thing, and I have yet to really actually get any players with it, but I did know you can nade over top as soon as a game starts. I've actually gotten a couple of hit markers off some grenades, so the damage is actually active. There's no cooldown on the grenades. There's no timer on when they're supposed to be active or not. You can literally throw grenades right over that wall where either the defensive team is sitting or where the offensive team is pushing up towards. That's right, you can actually do that. Number 6, and this is a really simple one. If you're looking to get more XP, there are active XP tokens you can use in the game. When you're in a lobby waiting for the games to start or doing map voting or whatever, go to the section on the far right side under the map selection where it says active boosters. There you'll find both boosters for your battle pass and for your weapon, and they exist in increments of 20 minutes all the way up to an hour. These literally double the amount of XP that you get for your gun, and the leveling process in this game is pretty long right now. I don't know if they're going to adjust it or not, so take advantage of these boosters while you can. I didn't have many on the launch of the game, but I do believe you can get some of these boosters through drops by watching certain Twitch streamers. By the way, go check me out on Twitch. Number 7, for my controller players out there, set your turn acceleration to 0. Now I'm gonna post my controller settings up here. I got these from Parasite, former Call of Duty Pro and Call of Duty World Champion, over on Twitter. These were the listed controller settings that he had suggested, and the gameplay that you're going to see throughout this video is actually me using those controller settings while adjusting some things like my ADS sensitivity and whatnot, which is a little bit more per player. But these settings that Parasite provided are really good, and I honestly feel like my game feels a little bit smoother in the aiming department, the turning department, and so forth, because there are some moments where this game has just felt really slow for me. So try these settings out and let me know what you think about them in the comments down below. And of course, give credit to Parasite over on Twitter because he is the one who created these settings. I am just sharing them for the larger community. Number 8, once again, this is a very, very, very simple tooltip for the character with the large energy shield and the really, really, really powerful shotgun that's their ultimate at close range. You can actually completely throw grenades in that shield once you're in there. That's the easiest way to probably clear them off of a point. If you can get close enough, run a grenade in there, drop it, and you should be able to take them out. EMP grenades also work against that shield as well. Not to the same effect, I believe, as the other like secondary abilities and such, but EMP grenades or running in with a grenade are probably your 2 best options for getting rid of that really big shield. Number 9, now this is once again another really simple tooltip. The cleaners, which are the characters that use both Molotovs and flamethrowers, their bullets actually have tick damage. In case you've ever wondered if you've died from being shot around a corner due to some netcode issues, or if that wasn't the case, you just died after you killed a guy, well, that's because the cleaners have bullets that literally set you on fire, and they will kill you. If your health is at either 10 or 8, one of those 2 increments, I believe, you are basically guaranteed to die by the flame bullets at that point. They do 2 ticks of damage every second for I think about 4 or 5 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. I've died many times when I thought I was safe. I definitely know for a fact if you have at least 6 points of health, you are guaranteed going to die no matter what. You could be completely behind cover and safe, you're gonna burn to death. Number 10, this is without a doubt the biggest piece of advice I have for you. On the map Emporium, it is impossible, and I mean impossible on domination, to flip spawns. If you have the bad side, which is the outside portion, and many people consider this the bad side, because if you have the other side, you can go all the way up top after you capture B and literally just shoot out the windows with all the cover in the world and just gun people in their spawns. If you have that bad side, there is no way to flip the spawns to the other side of the map. I've tested this with a full 6 stack, rushing the enemy spawn, sitting on the point, the C point, sitting in every single possible spot in the back of that part of the map, and the enemy team still spawns in that area. I've had people stand in the middle of that back part and on the right side, and the entire enemy team will spawn close to your left and vice versa. It is impossible currently to flip these spawns on that map. There is no way to do it on domination. There is no way to do it on both sides. No matter which side you have, it is impossible to flip spawns. I only mention the bad side because once you get stuck in that bad side spawn trap, you might as well just leave the game. There's no way to usually revert that unless you just happen to have a really, really good team. Honestly, that's probably the biggest offender on this list. I've tried so many times to flip the spawns on Emporium just for testing's sake, just for trying to turn a game around. It's impossible. You literally cannot flip spawns on the map. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully some of these tips were some assistance to you. Hopefully they give you a little bit more insight into the game and how certain things function, especially things related to the Intel suit and the Emporium map, which are 2 of some of the more crazier things in this game. I really, really, really actually do enjoy it for the most part. I do wish the game launched with a little bit more content. For the preseason, we played a lot of these maps with a lot of these guns in the previous betas and other iterations of the game, so I just want to see a little bit more from Ubisoft, but otherwise, I'm having a good time for the most part. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments down below, guys, and let me know what you think about XDefiant also in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel for more gaming content, and as always, this has been Jay the Gamer. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.